latest story on Amazon trying to fight unions. You're not even going to believe this, how stupid this is. In June 2021, the International Brotherhood of Teamsters, one of the most powerful unions in the world, published a special resolution about Amazon, labeling the tech giant as an existential threat and vowing that building worker power at Amazon and helping those workers achieve union contracts is a top priority. Okay, great. But this is all political posturing as well. So Amazon has got a plan. After that shot was fired, of course, Amazon was probably already thinking about it, but they said, all right, we got to fight this. The unions have put us on notice. They want to see widespread unionization of workers at Amazon. What are we going to do about it? Well, Vox.com, of which I am sourcing here, got their hands on an internal document on how Amazon is going to how to neutralize powerful unions. The document came out in May 2021, and it offers insights into two strategies that were highlighted in the memo. One, to establish and deepen relationships with key policymakers and community stakeholders. That's all a bunch of fancy gobbledygook to say local politicians and power brokers. That's all that is. Big money business people in the local community and local and state politicians. That's what that is. That was the first strategy. We got to deepen our relationships. Now, what do you think that means? I'll tell you what it means. Bribes, money, favors. This is right out of a freaking movie, folks. Where do you think the movies get these ideas? This is really happening all the time. Number two, to improve Amazon's overall brand. Well, that's a stroke of genius. This is how we're going to fight you. We're going to improve Amazon's overall brand. What? How are you going to do that? I just reported on the show last month that they have internal documents at Amazon that are saying in key areas on the West Coast, Phoenix particularly, a couple of locations in California, where they expect to burn through the amount of available employees because they have such high attrition rate. Amazon is a dumpster fire. They burned through so many employees due to safety issues and overworking folks that they said, hey, listen, we're going through employees and burning through people so quickly that in a year or so, there's not going to be anybody that will work for us in Phoenix. That's from an internal memo, folks. It's not me making this stuff up. To achieve these goals, the memo proposed this is how they would do it. To boost Amazon's reputation and simultaneously neutralize company critics by befriending the critics' own allies, politicians who normally support unions, and by launching feel-good initiatives to turn the media and local politicians into company boosters. Oh, so how does the Teamsters general president, this is the big-time union organization, Sean O'Brien, told Recode in July that his union is intent on disrupting Amazon's network until they get to a point where they surrender and stop resisting workers' unionization efforts. Folks, this is all out political war. And again, I'm not going to bash the unions today because it's all about politics and power for unions too. But I'm going to focus on Amazon's response to fight this, because it's the most moronic thing I've ever heard in my life. It makes me wonder, how did Amazon become what it is? The people running the shop are morons. Now, why do the Teamsters care so much? Well, the stakes are high. Amazon has been creating countless non-union jobs across industries for over a decade. And these are critical to the Teamsters being able to survive as an actual union. Those are warehousing jobs, trucking, package delivery. And then the Teamsters' number one employer is UPS. UPS is the number one employer of union employees. And so obviously Amazon has cut big time into UPS's global profits. So the memo proposed that Amazon should create and foster partnerships with local nonprofits and community organizations that company officials hope would provide political cover for local politicians in hopes of neutralizing organized labor's attempts to grow their coalition, third-party validators and spokespeople, and provide a platform for Amazon spokespeople and allies to speak of the true economic and social impact of Amazon in Southern California. So what do I mean when I say that Amazon is run by some morons in this particular area that are outlining a memo to fight unionization? I just told you the two things they were planning to do. Cozy up to policymakers through donations, maybe bribes, promises, favors to get those policymakers to come out publicly and give them political cover. Two, we're just going to do some really great branding and tell the world how great Amazon is while ignoring the fact that we're burning through employees so quickly. We are alarmed that there are going to be metropolitan areas where we don't have candidates to actually do the job. Folks, something is off. Big time company. I use their services, but I'm just going to call it like I see it. This is another example of leaders trying to deal with a people crisis, which is unionization they're trying to fight. And I agree with fighting unions because it doesn't even help the employee. But they're focused on politics, not people. Hey, Amazon. Hey, Jeff Bezos. Why don't you come out of your space rocket long enough to realize something that at some point in the early days of your company, you realize and you have long since forgotten? That if you take care of people, you value people, and the way you treat them, the way you pay them, the way you develop them, the way you train them, the way you care for them when they go through personal crisis, they're not going to be distracted by union employees. They're not going to be tempted to leave you. But if you treat people like you have as commodities, just worker bees designed to do your bidding, they will leave you. But your plan to fight unions is politicians who kiss up to you one moment and stab you in the back in the next. And they have no conscience, no spine. That's your strategy? To come up with a cool narrated campaign to make you look good when the numbers don't lie? You have more injuries than any other organization in the country. You have people leaving you in droves. So how do you fight unionization? How about treating people in a way that they don't want to leave you? Or if they do leave you, they feel sad because you treated them really great, but they're taking a better opportunity. We get those calls every day on the Ken Coleman Show. Hey, there's a novel idea. Why don't you just love people? And they'll be loyal. But loyalty doesn't happen on its own because you demand it. Loyalty is a result of being loved. Every time. I don't get it. What are they doing over there at Amazon?